Friedrich Merz, the leader of the Christian Democratic Union, CDU, and Germany's soon-to-be chancellor after the February federal elections, has signaled a notable shift in Germany's approach to supporting Ukraine. In a public statement, Merz expressed his readiness to supply Taurus cruise missiles to Ukraine, diverging from the more cautious stance of outgoing Chancellor Olaf Scholz. The comments, broadcasted by ARD and covered by the Financial Times, came just one day after a deadly Russian missile attack on the Ukrainian city of Sumy, which Merz condemned as a war crime. He called for coordinated military action to ramp up pressure on Russian President Vladimir Putin. The Taurus cruise missile, known for its precision and impressive operational range of over 500 kilometers, is designed to target strategic and fortified locations. Merz's willingness to consider sending this advanced weapon to Ukraine aligns with a broader trend seen among Germany's European allies, with countries like the UK, France, and the US already supplying Ukraine with similar long-range missile systems, such as Storm Shadow/Scalp EG and ATACMS. Emphasizing the need for strength in dealings with Russia, Merz argued that showing any weakness would only encourage Moscow to continue its aggression. He stressed the importance of military support for Ukraine, particularly in helping the country regain the initiative on the battlefield. "We must help Ukraine so that Putin understands the dead end of this war," Merz remarked, underlining his belief that only decisive measures could influence the Kremlin's actions. The Taurus KEPD-350 missile, a joint development by Germany's MBDA Deutschland and Sweden's Saab Dynamics, is a powerful weapon system that can deliver precise strikes against heavily fortified targets. Equipped with advanced GPS-independent navigation, an infrared seeker, and a tandem warhead designed to penetrate hardened structures, the Taurus is capable of striking targets such as bunkers and bridges from distances well beyond the front lines. Already in use by several countries, including Germany, Spain, and South Korea, the missile's stealth and terrain-following capabilities make it particularly effective in high-risk environments. Merz's suggestion that the Taurus missile could be used against Russia's Crimea Bridge, built after Moscow's annexation of the region in 2014, reflects his view that such infrastructure is a legitimate military target in Ukraine's defense efforts. This air-launched missile system can be integrated into a variety of platforms, such as Germany's Tornado and Eurofighter Typhoon jets, as well as the US F-15K and F/A-18 Hornet. Powered by a turbofan engine, it can be launched from altitudes ranging from 30 meters to over 16,000 meters, allowing for a highly flexible strike range. The missile's sophisticated guidance system ensures accurate targeting, even in challenging conditions where GPS signals may be compromised. Despite growing international support for Ukraine, Scholz's government had been reluctant to approve the delivery of the Taurus missiles, citing concerns about escalating the conflict further. This cautious approach was criticized both by some of Germany's allies and by political figures within the country. Merz, who had already called for the missile delivery as early as October 2024, has now signaled a shift in policy following the deadly missile strike on Sumy, which killed dozens of civilians and wounded many others. This event appears to have reinforced his commitment to providing Ukraine with the necessary tools to defend itself. In his statements on April 14, Merz emphasized the importance of coordinating with European partners before delivering the missiles. He called for a united front among Western nations to ensure a cohesive strategy and to avoid any discord within NATO and the EU regarding military support for Ukraine. Merz also expressed skepticism toward peace initiatives led by the United States, particularly those proposed by former President Donald Trump, questioning their effectiveness in influencing Putin's actions. He argued that Russia does not respond to diplomacy from a position of weakness, referencing the recent strike on Sumy as evidence of the risks of appeasement. If Merz follows through on his proposal, the delivery of the Taurus missile could mark a significant escalation in Western military assistance to Ukraine, providing the country with a strategic asset capable of striking deep into Russia's military logistics and infrastructure. However, political divisions within Germany's ruling coalition may still pose a challenge to full implementation of this policy. Merz's commitment to supporting Ukraine with advanced weaponry, including the Taurus missile, represents a sharp contrast to the more cautious stance of his predecessor, Scholz. The shift could bring Germany in line with its NATO allies, but it will require navigating internal political challenges to ensure a unified European response to the ongoing Russian aggression. The debate over the Taurus missile is just one example of the broader tensions facing Western powers as they balance strategic caution with the imperative to support Ukraine in its struggle against Russian invasion.